We're at Copeland Oaks, a retirement community in Sebring, Ohio, and I've just spent a couple hours here on a tour with our marketing people looking at this as a possible home for actually the rest of my life. So quite a day. And this is just the front of the facility. Parking for the residents there. Actually, most of it's back here in a covered ramp or garages that they rent. But this gives you a little idea of just the entry. This was once a 250-acre farm. And today is just a beautiful day. It's about 75 and October 7th. Can't beat that. My mother and father were here from 1991. See, my mom from 91 to 97, and my dad from 91 to 2001. And back in this area is the Crandall Medical Center, and that's the full nursing part of the facility. And here we go in an area, and I don't know how many villas are back in here, but certainly more than 100. These right in here were built at the beginning in the late 60s. My folks, and we're going to drive in front of their place here just in a moment. Theirs was built new when they moved in 91, and they still are building a few each year here. But this was just all farm field when first came in. But this is where my folks lived, and we'll just take a quick shot here. This was their street, but this was probably about a 1,600 square feet, I think, villa, and it was very nice. And my recollection was the walkway there where the fence is, that's heated in the wintertime. But I still haven't registered my car here yet in Ohio. But now we're going to ride over to the Lakeshore Apartments, and that's probably where I'm going to choose. I could choose one of these smaller. Now this is where I intend to live, and this is more of a recreation building here straight ahead. It is this, I think, they refer to as the Murphy Building. It has a large entertainment hall and swimming pool and sauna and all that. And then attached here is this building right here is where I plan to be. It has 54 apartments in it, and I think we need to park here. So okay, now that's the building where I'm going to live, and I'll walk over there in a minute. But just to give you an idea here, they say this was once just a this was a 250-acre farm, and somebody, I think they donated the land, but you can see there these other villas that are out in here. One I looked at here this morning, why there was nothing but woods behind the villa, so it was certainly an attraction. But my concern is living alone in one of the villas that you're a little light on socialization that you benefit by living in an apartment here. But other than a few of our guests out here in the grass, why they're bass here, good size, 3 or 4 pounders. I talked to one guy, he said he'd caught in here. It's catch and release, but definitely nice, but it doesn't take much of a walk. And one thing I notice over here is a cell tower real close by, so I suspect pretty good cell service. In this room, or this part of the building here, there's a bistro in there, so for, I think it's 10 to 2, and you can get sandwich and soup and things. Otherwise, if you see where that, let's see, it's over here, right there where that fence is. That's, there's a cafeteria in there that has great food, very inexpensive. No, excuse me, it's to the right there where those windows are. That's it. That's called the terrace. And then they have regular formal dining. But the apartment that I'm looking at has kitchen, living room, bedroom, and a den. That is certainly perfect for a single person. But very peaceful. It's dead quiet around here at night, I can tell you that. I've fished here right off the front of the building, and besides the bass and bluegill that are in here, there's some carp. So if you come out here and throw some bread in the water, why, it's great entertainment for the kids. I think now we'll walk around. We'll just go inside here, and I'll take a quick shot to give anybody who's watching this a little idea of what the facility looks like. Unfortunately, I didn't have this with me when I was touring the rooms. Still out here in the back, and this gives you an idea how nice and peaceful this location is. Although I'm taking my feet into some territory here that can be a little gooey here on the ground. That's the one complaint of all the waterfowl that come in here. They don't seem to be too happy with me standing here. So now we'll go around and just walk in the front door and take a quick look. This is just a walkway that heads over to another building, and that's where I will be living. So if I'm coming from the swimming pool, I walk along here, and as you can see, we're still here by the water. Actually where this construction going on is where they're fixing it up there for the bistro. But yep, wake up in the morning and walk out here. There, I don't see some of the chairs. I think because it's in October they brought some of them in, but I can tell you that there is a lot of porch space here. And as I say, when my mom and dad lived here, if I used to come over, and in fact I can, let's see the fish here? There's some little guys. I'd say those look like small bass to me. I'm not quite sure. Anyhow, but this If I were getting an apartment today, I actually could get one above here that actually would be right over here, up on the 3rd floor, or 2nd floor rather, that has a lake view. But I'm not ready to make the move right now. But it certainly has some advantages over an urban retirement community. And my rent here, after initial fee that you pay down, and a certain amount of assets, minimum assets you must have to come in, isn't hardly any more than I'm paying for a rental condo in Columbus. So this is really a bargain. But the reason is it's out in the country, and a lot of people don't like such an isolated area. Me, I think it's perfect. We're only 10 minutes from Alliance, where Mount Union College is. We're about 50 minutes from Akron, about 25 minutes maybe from where I went to high school and college. I've got some old buddies that live around here, so this would be very easy transition for me. It's just an example of some of the halls, or whatever you call them, for entertainment, speakers, the pool happens to be closed now. It's around dinner time, but it's a nice facility, and again, pretty view looking out there at the lake. And so very, very peaceful. There are 4 floors in this building, and I think the top floor is really storage. But straight ahead here is where they're doing something here to put this bistro in. So that about does it. Oh, I think I want to walk in the front here of the building that I'm going to live in. This is another entrance, really the primary entrance in the building where I'm going to live here. The other one we went in was really just the entrance for the pool, but this is the primary entryway into just this particular building. This is strictly an apartment building. It's not an administrative building, but it very nice front end. And this is generally what a hallway looks like. There's 3 different size apartments in here. Probably one of the main congregation areas here is mailboxes. And there's a little room to Hello.
Hi.
I'm taking a few pictures here to show some family.
Oh.
I've been here today trying to decide whether I'm going to choose to move in here. So,
Well,
well, those who are familiar with me will understand that I put this camcorder on pause and had a chat with those ladies there that were working on a puzzle. Told them I hope they had it finished by the time I moved in, because it looked pretty complicated. Oh, this is where I would park, and at least you have covered parking here in that ramp. It's assigned. If you're over in another building, actually they're all attached, but on the other side there are garages that you can rent. But and of course all these villas have their own garage. So it's just a quick view of Copeland Oaks, and probably won't be too long in my future before this will be my final home. After having lived in 15 different states, I've driven in 49 of the 50. I just should have rented a rental when I was in Anchorage for a cruise one time. And then you can toss in about 10 or 12 foreign countries that I've been in. And not this particular car, but total of all the cars I have, I've driven a little bit more than 1 million miles. I've forgotten what number car this is. And in fact, I just bought this before I left California in June. This is now October, and it had about 200 miles on it when I left California, and gosh, it wasn't 3 or 4 days later I got into a hailstorm and I have to have the roof replaced, and that is on my to-do list. So this is the end of the Copeland Oaks tour. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Just fine.
This is the main entrance into the lobby here. Back here there's a small library, and I've come in here, and my dad has preached sermons here. About half the residents here have some affiliation with the Methodist Church, although that's of no issue of living here, but just happens to be one of the statistics. This might give you a little idea of how the place is laid out. It is right here is where the building that I'm going to live in, Lakeshore Apartments, and my folks lived right there in that villa. It's just kind of another meeting room. There are lots of these spread all around. Mostly they have different meetings and stuff, but some of the lounge areas are beautiful that are up on the floors. Here's their little library. Lots of books. But I'm kind of at the end of the day and a little tired, so I'm not going to walk too far here. Leaving now. So I thought I'd show what looks like coming out the main entrance. I hear my little put on your seatbelt bell ringing there. But I'll stop out here at the end and do it. It's a very beautiful layout. You can see by the trees that it's October for sure. And I'm headed this evening over to Ravenna to see a friend of mine, and then tomorrow heading up to Rochester, New York, which is about, oh, from here it's probably 300 miles, I would think. And let's see here, I think we'll just pull right here for a minute and get the seatbelt on and this this will just give you an idea of just the entranceway here. But that's where you go in, and well, here's a tree that's starting to look pretty. Another week. So this is officially the end of the tour.